gonna be salty on this one. I just know it. I can feel it in me. I'm aggravated. All right, here we go.
Hi, this is Michael Uslan. You're listening to Batman on Film.
I'm vengeance.
I have given a name to my pain.
The Batman.
Always waiting for some Batman to save you.
It's simple. We kill the Bat of Gotham. I'm Batman.
Welcome to episode number 130 of the Social Hour, a Batman on Film podcast. I am the founder of Batman on Film, Bill Ramey, and joining me today is Boot in Pockets himself. That's a Lauer. Lauer came up with that, right? Is that a Lauer term?
I'm not sure.
Pete Verra is here, senior BOF contributor, Boot in Pockets.
I don't know who came up with it. I know it wasn't Dick Shoes.
Dick Shoes. It was Lauer. So here comes that's your nemesis. Why is Lauer your nemesis all of a sudden?
He's not my nemesis. What are you talking about?
Tell me,
I just make fun of him every now and then. He's it's a rotation. Whoever so it's either him, Kowalski, or Holzman. Like whoever I set my eyes on.
Okay.
It's one of the three of them usually.
Well, Lauer, speaking of, was going to come on, and then he texted me early this morning and said he woke up with a bad cold and didn't have the voice for it. So no Ron Lauer. So it's me and you on this one.
We could do this. All
right.
We could do better than the Rangers. The Rangers haven't been doing too good.
No, they took 2 out of 3 from the Mets. Should have won that. They should have swept them. Now they're a game out.
Houston's taking over that division, huh?
Seattle.
They came back. They
freaking Seattle.
Is it Seattle?
Seattle. I mean, was what, a month ago, 7-8 games out, and now they're in first place.
Now Teoscar Hernandez had a big week last week, but yeah, that division's tight. And then there's again Houston. They're still there. They will go nowhere. They're dangerous.
It's gonna be a race here.
Race to whoever wants to lose to Atlanta.
Yeah,
that's how it's
probably. You never know. Sometimes you get one of these teams, chasing it. Even a wild card team gets hot. Look at the Dodgers loss last year.
You can get to a deciding game, and you can get lucky. Yeah. You can win it. It's baseball.
Well, this is I know college football already started last weekend, but this is the big opening weekend for college football. Is college football big up in your neck of the woods?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. College football up here is nothing but an excuse to bet. That's all it is. That's all it is.
All right. Fair enough. And then, of course, next weekend, really next Thursday, NFL kicks off. And then
that's big. That's not Cowboys Giants, is it?
Cowboys Giants are next Sunday night. Not this Sunday night.
Okay, that's the big one. Okay, that's the big one.
And
that's
then,
what I'm looking forward
to. Then Thursday is what is that? That's a traditional kickoff game with the Super Bowl champ. Mm-hmm. So it's Kansas City and Detroit.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
So that'll be next Thursday night. Anyway, football.
I'm really looking for. I'm just saying, if the Cowboys can beat the Giants on opening night, it'd be a huge favor for me. I'd really enjoy it. I'd love listening to the radio after a Giant loss. If the Giants and the Jets lose, Monday morning radio, nothing.
Who the Jets open up with?
I have no idea. I don't even know. It doesn't matter. It's about Aaron Rodgers. Oh, Buffalo. That's it. I think it's Buffalo.
At home? No, they must be in Buffalo because the Cowboy game is in New Jersey. So
New Jersey. That's right. That's where they play, New Jersey. For anyone who doesn't know that.
All right. If they were the New Jersey Giants, would you be a fan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That goes for either of them. I'd root for either of them. First one. It's a race to my heart. Whoever wants to pretend they actually play here.
What if they built a stadium? What if the stadium was in Long Island? Would that be fine?
No, well, that's in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it would be
Well,
fine. Then they really would be a New York team.
I mean,
yeah.
they would be in New York State. They wouldn't be in New York City. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Long Island's in a different state, so yeah, they would be a New York team,
So okay.
kind of like the Islanders. Islanders will
But you
play in
pull
Manhattan,
you pull for the Yankees. They're not New Jersey.
but they don't play in New Jersey. They play in the Bronx. They play in New York.
You just have a logistical problem with the Giants
It
and the
bothers me.
Jets.
It bothers me that their address is New Jersey and they play New Jersey.
Well, that's money for the state. That's tax money and
no, it's great.
revenue
Like let everybody
for the
from New
state.
York take NJ Transit and
Okay,
drive
yeah.
across the
Yeah,
turnpike.
that's what I'm saying.
But you know,
all good.
just, it'd be nice.
all good.
They look dumb. To me, they look stupid when they play New Jersey and they have New York on their helmets. The Jets at least took the NY off. The Giants logo is an NY. They play New Jersey. It's stupid.
guess that,
it's dumb. It is.
I guess that's the only team. Those only two teams that play.
In the same building? Yeah.
No,
They share.
no. Well, I know they share. I think they are. No. The Rams and the Chargers share. But I'm
Okay.
talking about they are. They represent New York City, which is in New York State,
Uh-huh.
but they both play in another state. I think that's got to be
Yeah.
the only
There's
two
certain,
teams, right?
I think, yeah, there are like certain teams that don't play in the city. Like the Cowboys don't necessarily play in Dallas, right?
No, they're in Arlington. Yeah.
They're in Arlington. So it's like, back in the day, it was like, oh, yeah, but they played in Dallas County. That was like the excuse. But no, like for me, it's different because I live in New Jersey and it's painfully obvious that you have to take the New Jersey Turnpike to get to Giant Stadium.
Okay. Well, I don't know how I'm going to segue into that because there's nothing to segue into. So, okay, uniforms. How about they play uniforms? They play uniforms. They wear uniforms to play sports.
Jerseys, yeah.
And we're going to talk about Batman's jerseys, Batman's uniform. How about that? How is that? See how that was a professional.
At this point, I mean, Batman does have throwback jerseys.
I was almost, that right there was almost like a professional broadcasting move right there. See how I segued into that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're kind of doing this thing since we're not getting much Batman on film news because of the damn strikes.
Yeah. Which
hopefully will get settled soon. And I am, I support the writers, pay those guys. And even, we talk about the actors, but there's a lot of actors who just get by, a lot more are out of work or just get by on small gigs than I'm sure are the headliners that make
it's
the big
like anything
money.
else. There's entry level positions, right?
So we're doing this where we're like, it's kind of a rank them, best of, most important, various things when it comes to the Batman movie. So this one today, like I said, uniforms, we're going to rank the Batsuits from the Batman live action Batman films.
Uh-huh.
Everything was game. The only ones I did not include. Now, Pete, tell me if this was fair or not. If you want to, we can add it to the list. The 43 and 49 suits from those two Columbia serials.
I did not include them in my rankings.
I did not. I didn't even include them in the list I sent you.
Yeah.
I kind of draw a line at them because they were serials and not straight up movies, And I know that's semantics, but
one would say they're on an island.
Yeah. So I don't think either one would make any of my list. So it really is a moot point, to be honest. So what we're going to do is we looked, I counted them up, and if I'm wrong, but that's what we're going to go with. 17 suits from Batman 66 all the way through The Flash.
Yeah.
And we're going to rank our top 5. We'll have 1 to 3 honorable mentions, and then we'll also proclaim, in our opinion, individually what we think was the absolute worst suit ever in
I'm
Batman
ready.
on film
I'm ready to do
history.
this.
All right.
How
So
many
let's
times
start
have
with,
you done this in your head? Like over the years? I feel like this is something I always do. Like I do this every once in a while. Like,
quite a bit, because
yeah.
we get new suits, you know, we get new suits, and then you got to, re-rank because it throws a monkey wrench into the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's start with number 5. So anyway, I guess I won't go through them. But here they are. Batman 66, Batman 89, Batman Returns. Batman Forever has 2 suits, the Panther suit and the Sonar suit. Batman and Robin, 2 suits, the main suit and the Freeze suit. Batman Begins. Then there's the Dark Knight / Dark Knight Rises suit. The BVS suit that Affleck wore. And that's the main suit, Nightmare Batman, and the armored suit. So 3 from BVS.
Yeah.
Justice League, all variations of Justice League. The main suit, which was you pointed out to me, and I agree, it's a little subtly different. It's not a difference like Batman and then Batman Returns, but there is a little difference to those, I think.
It's like,
and the tactical suit, the Pattinson from the Batman, and then the Flash with Keaton and Ben Affleck. All right, here we go. Number 5, Pete, go.
For me, number 5, I have the main BVS suit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my number 5.
Okay. Well, why is it? I mean, that's
okay.
high. Okay, that's high.
Okay, for me, it's number 5. Obviously, for the most obvious
Yeah.
of reasons, it's the most comic. It's probably the most comic book accurate of the live action suits. It looks, pretty much straight out of ripped out of like many comic books. The only thing it's really to me actually, if it was going to be 100% comic accurate, I feel like it definitely would have to have the shorts. He definitely needs like the wrestling speedo. That might give it the edge. But yeah, like just for me, just seeing that type of suit for the first time on film, that was really special. I liked how he had the little short ears, Frank Miller style. So I dug. Overall, very heavily influenced by Dark Knight Returns. So I dug it, and I'll definitely say a little year 1 in there.
It's not in my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the only thing I can say about it, I liked the bat logo quite a bit, and
it was cool seeing that big bat.
I like the cowl. I wasn't a big fan of how they went with this cloth type look, but it wasn't cloth, and then it had the sculpted muscles, which
I kind of dug that it looked like cloth on top of armor instead of like, because for the first time that was different. It was kind of fresh overall.
I would hope it was supposed to be, some Kevlar or whatever, what they call it, like on top of armor, but they worked in the muscle striations, in the sculpting of the suit, and it just
I mean they do that in all the bat suits. I guess it looks different because it's not black.
And Affleck got jacked up for it. I'm not saying put him in spandex, but
right.
you know what? Okay, all right. Number 5 for me is the suit from the Dark Knight Rises. His upgraded suit that he got from Lucius Fox in
Turn Your Head.
The Dark Knight. That after the big dog.
It was a big dog.
ripped into his arm. So I like it. I like the whole. I did like how the cowl was kind of a helmet type separate piece.
That was a cool idea.
Yeah.
All right. To be honest, I don't like that suit.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan
That's
of this. I dig the functionality of it and how it goes with the movie and everything, and how it shows Batman evolving and improving it for combat reasons. To me, it always looked like just this funky jigsaw puzzle, especially around the legs. I just never looked.
I
didn't like that.
Yeah.
That piece together look always bothered me. And I always thought the bat was too small.
Okay. I mean, that's all fair.
Especially being black on black. It was too small. I feel like, you barely see it.
Okay. Number 4, go.
For me, it's the Begin suit. I'm a
Okay.
big fan of the Begin suit. I love watching it get built. I love seeing that. Like I said, if you're gonna do black on black, I think you need the big bat. You know, like Affleck's had the contrast. You had the black on the gray, and that's where this one differs from the following suits in the Nolan movies. Just that big bat. I really like that. I like how the cape kind of poured over his shoulders in certain scenes. That remind me a lot of Keaton stuff. I like that theatrical part of Batman. I love the belt is a different color than the suit. I like how the belt stands out a little bit. And it's an interesting logo. It's the only time we really see that logo. Is it? The bat logo is different on the bat signal. It's different on the following bat suits of the Nolan movies. And I actually like that when he's running through Arkham in that suit and the bats are going and the cape is flowing. There's honestly not many other shots that are just so amazing in my eyes. And you get the full bat suit effect, like head to toe. It's great. I love the suit. My only issue is I wish they explained the triangles on the cape. I know what they're supposed to do. I know it's supposed to be like a voice modulator.
Yeah.
But they never explain it in the movie.
Yeah. I wonder if
It's
that was
negative.
in there and got cut, but
yeah, because I like the ears being the microphone and the antenna. Like I think that's a
Yeah.
cool thing.
yeah.
That's what I like about the suit. It's very useful and they showed all that stuff and it's cool.
All right. I'll reserve my comments for later on that suit. Number four for me.
That's your high one, huh? Okay.
I didn't. Maybe it's honorable
All right.
mention. Maybe it's the worst one.
Maybe. Oh,
Number
We'll see.
4 on my ranking is the Batman '89 suit.
Okay.
I like it a lot. I mean, if you make, it's in the top five. It's 4 out of 17. I mean, it means that I like these. So, yeah, I like that suit. Quite a bit. I remember the first time I saw it was in a magazine. I've told the story a million times, probably, about going to the mall and going to Walden Books and standing there and reading comic books off the rack. And then they would have like Comic Scene and Starlog. And sometime in late 1988, one of those two magazines had that first picture of Keaton as Batman, the one he's standing in front of the Batmobile.
Yeah, and we all know it. We all know it very well.
And that's
some of us. Some people claim Batmania wasn't real.
that picture is what altered my idea of what this movie was going to be, because the only thing I knew before that was when they announced it, Michael Keaton is Batman, and I was one of those that went, what? Mr. Mom? No, I didn't sign it. I didn't write DC Comics or Warner Brothers or sign a petition, but that was hard for me I went, oh, they're going to redo the 60s TV show as a big screen movie. And that was not, and I saw that, the all black armor. And I was like, okay, we got something going here.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. I've seen the picture. It's cool to hear a story that goes along with the picture.
Yeah.
Because I wish I could have been there. The only thing that even compares to that moment you're describing for me would be when we first got a look at that first back photo of the tumbler in the dark. You see the big wheel, not much else. And at that point, I was like, if he's doing that with the Batmobile, I wonder what else he's got in store. So
yeah,
I know that feeling, but it's cool you got to do that with the suit and the car. Oh man. And you got to, I had you back in the day. You had Starlog. Back in the day, seriously, a lot different.
That's all I had. Starlog, Comic Scene, and then maybe in Wizard magazine.
Oh yeah, Wizard. Yeah.
Sometimes they reported some but Wizard was after Wizard came in the 90s.
Are these magazines still around? There's no way these magazines are still around, right?
I do not know.
They can't be.
I can't answer that. I want to say Starlog. Is Starlog an online website now? I don't know.
I remember Wizard. There used to be like Wizard cons. I wonder if that's still around.
Yeah, I think Wizard's gone. Out of the pandemic.
Huh? Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's probably gone before the pandemic.
Number 3. What you got?
For me, 3 is the 89 suit.
Okay.
And I like it because one, I love that he's wearing Nikes. So that holds a special place in my heart when I found out that they use Nikes on the
You know,
Batsuit.
I never thought, even seeing it, until they said that it was Air Jordans. I
You
never,
can't tell. Yeah.
I
To me, I was
never
like, yeah.
thought they were, you
But
know.
again, like I like the design of that. Like when you talk about just like the boot in general, like the pointiness and like, you know what I'm talking about? Like this, it kind of has like this
Yeah.
scaling effect. And then the cape looks like almost like actual like bat skin. Like I like how they designed it. I like the mythological look to Batman, the gothic, you know, like you could just feel the Tim Burton oozing out of it. And of course you get the yellow oval front and center. Like, and I don't mind the extra points on the bat logo. I
I
think it's cool.
remember, wondering, like, why does it have extra points?
It didn't bother me.
But whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
whatever.
then
But it's one of those cool things about 89 that I just love is that logo.
I think it's because it was, it was number 4 on my
Yeah.
list. I would say I think it was, I know it was MF to wear, of
And that's
all of these
another thing
suits.
though. But I think
Yeah.
that adds to what Keaton's Batman
Yeah.
is, like the quote unquote bat turn. Like he turns in such a way that like it just looks like this like creature of the night, right? Like it just
Yeah.
adds to the element of Batman, like how Keaton's Batman can't move his head, and how eventually it becomes a joke in the Flash movie, right? Like when young Barry
Yeah.
turns and the mask doesn't move. Like it's actually kind of grown into its own, like it's got its own mythology in itself. And
I
I don't
I
know,
always
that's
just thought it, when
original.
watching the movie way back in the day, I just thought it looked cool the way he turned. I think, I know, like I said, I know it was an MF to wear, but I think
But for a reason.
it was the best. It looked the best lit. Does that make sense? The way they lit that suit when
Yeah.
they filmed, it had some really cool looks. Like when Keaton, in the bell tower, when Keaton's
Yeah.
walking and he's behind, and he turns around and faces, there's some really cool aesthetic shots with that
the yellow
suit.
belt too. I'm a big fan of that. Like I like a little bit. I like the little bit of yellow in my Batman. I just do. I feel like it kind of breaks it up a little bit. That's how I feel about trunks. Like I feel like otherwise, like Batman and Superman just look like they're wearing like a leotard. Yeah, like I think you need a little color to break it up in certain areas. But I like the yellow belt, and just
So
the only issue I have with the suit is the cheekbones. It's on the cowl. It just sometimes it looks too pointy. I think it looks a little funky every once in a while, but that's my only real gripe about it.
all right. Number 3. That was your number 3. My number 3 is the Panther suit from Batman Forever.
Okay.
I think it's just a good looking suit. It looked sleek.
Yeah. Jose Fernandez, baby.
Just the black belt. You still have the yellow oval bat logo. It was a cool looking suit. I think it was in it. I know it was still, that one was, they were all, somewhat of an MF to wear, but it wasn't as much as the Keaton suit. So it kind of looked, a little bit smoother, more sleeker. I like it. I mean, that's what's number 3. That's all I can say. I like the damn suit. So,
okay.
I thought the cowl fit Kilmer really well,
Yeah, he looks good in the bats. He's probably the most underrated Batman of our time.
Yeah, you didn't get that, like, sometimes Keaton in that 89 suit looked like he was really, really behind that cowl. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
He looks stiff a lot. Yeah, I mean, compared to like I don't know,
like his head was little in the cowl. It's just what it looked in some shots. It just did. Okay. All right, number 2. Go ahead.
For me, number 2 is the Panther suit from Batman Forever.
Okay.
I really like it a lot. It's
there
like
you
you said,
go.
it's sleek and it's stylish. Like if you look at those pictures of Val, like I was posted a couple of them on Twitter.
Yeah.
He moves in what, like just his poses. I know he's very like theatrical and sexy in a way. Like Joel's Batman's a little bit different from Tim's. So like your watchers, like the cape's almost made out of like a satin material, and like the way it shot, the rubber shines a little bit differently than the returns in the 89 suit. And and also like the black belt, like it's not my favorite it's okay. I dig it, but I like how it looks. Like I like the design of the belt, So and just showing the evolution of Batman. And to be honest, the nipples never bothered me in
Never
any of
bothered
these.
me. I didn't even think
Never.
about it. Really, that really
No,
didn't come. It's funny because
I don't think.
uh,
Yeah,
Batman Forever. I've said this a million times as well. It always gets. I think it gets unfairly locked in with being Batman and Robin. Like,
I think you're right.
no one hardly said anything. There was no. I mean, there might have been a little bit. I remember. I think Schumacher said why were there nipples in the Batsuit for with Forever? It was like he was thinking about like those Greek statues.
That's what he
It
said.
was
Yeah,
just and
because the previous,
but no one said
89
anything.
had a
And,
muscle definition, and Returns
yeah,
was more sleekish, but not really.
yeah. But it was with Batman and Robin suit that the main suit. That's when they it just the nipple thing became a big deal, and then
I think you
because
could
no
see
one
them better that they were blue. Like the Batman Robin suit's
maybe
blue,
so.
but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. All right, number 2.
That was my 2. Your 2.
That was your 2. Oh yeah, that's
My 2
right.
was Panther.
My
You
bad.
had it at 3. That's what it was.
Okay, that's what it was. We were talking about Panther. I looked down, I saw 3. Okay, that was my list.
Yeah,
Number 2, go ahead.
I did my Panther. You're number 2.
Damn it.
Who's on first?
Number 2 for you was Panther. Number 2 for me is the Batman Begins suit.
There we go.
Okay. Finally got
And
that
why?
out. And I really like that's a good looking suit.
Yeah,
I like
good.
I like how the cape is, even though it's all black, the cape is a different texture and looks darker than the suit.
Suits almost maybe more charcoaly. You want to say?
Yeah, it's almost like graphite, a dark graphite almost.
Mhm.
The only nitpick, and this is slight nitpick, maybe the Bat logo to be like a matte black, so it stands out just a little bit.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
I like,
it would bother me. No one didn't like the oval because his
No,
bat logos are hard to see on the suit.
I'm a don't hate me and don't take my Batman card away from me. So I'm not I like the big bats. I like the logo, but I prefer it just the bat. So
okay,
that's just me. Like that's
the
that's
Begin
one
suit
reason,
has a great cowl. That cowl is fantastic.
yeah.
I love that cowl.
Didn't it look a little? I like the Begin suit. I mean, to be honest, there's only a couple suits here I don't like. I like most of the bat suits.
Yeah.
So we're number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1 on your list.
For me, number 1 is the Batman Return suit because I
Okay.
think it takes the 89 suit and it perfects it. And it's got everything I like. It's got the oval, it's got the belt. I like that it looks like armor and not like muscle definition. It looks like he's wearing some sort of armored suit, And
Yeah.
I like how the cowl looks a little bit more sleeker, And again, for the same reasons I like the 89 suit, the cape and everything. Like I like that texture. I like what it does in the movie. I always kind of prefer my Batman with the cape over his shoulders, kind of standing there. You can see, regardless of whatever logo he's got on his chest, you could see a little bit of that. And Keaton's Batman usually has that pose for me. So, yeah, for me, it's the Return suit.
Yeah, they Begins tried that. There's a shot of Bale with the cape covering him.
Yeah, I think in the cave with
sometimes.
Rachel after when she's getting the antidote too. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Number 1 on my list is the Lee Bermejo inspired suit from the Batman. That's my favorite suit.
That's
yes,
your favorite
sir.
suit.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
interesting. You really like the Batman. It's jumped to number 1
I
on a lot
like
of your
that
list.
suit. It's like the suit personification of my Batman, something that's not, it's not fantastical. It looks like something. I know it took a lot of work from skilled and talented people to make it look that way, but to make it look homemade but still badass, that's cool.
That suit for me is number 9. It's in my top 10.
Okay. It's in your top 10. I like
Yeah.
the cowl. I like the stitching on the cowl.
I'm a big fan of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I I just like the whole get up.
One thing I really like about that suit, actually, and it's kind of a weird thing. I kind of like that Batman is wearing almost regular pants. Like they're not. It does.
Yeah.
It's not like tight spandex, but I don't know what kind of pants they are. They're military.
They're almost
grade,
like
obviously.
it's like the
Yeah, but I kind of dig that Batman's wearing pants.
It's
like
like tactical gear that like police and stuff wear. Military.
There's certain things about the suit that I wish were a little bit different, but that don't bother the movie for me. Like I'm still the chest area is a little funky. I wish that was a little bit, but I get like the homemade aspect. It never takes me out of the movie. But yeah, no, like overall, I like the suit a lot and I like the functionality of it. You know, I like how he's got the adrenaline port. I do dig how he can take the bat out and use it as a blade. I like how he's got grapnel guns that pop out of everywhere. You know, like the way that suit functions is great and what it does. Again, I'm a big fan of that cowl. Like that, and if you listen to like special features on the DVD or Blu-ray or whatever it is, or it's digital, like they kind of go like with a skull like theme, and they mention that,
yeah,
and how it wants to
absolutely,
hug the skull, and that kind of creates an intimidating factor for this Batman, and that's
I didn't think of that until I watched those special features, and then once they said that,
it's blatantly obvious. You can't not see it.
I got it, immediately. I like the fact there's not a lot of built-in expression in the cowl.
Usually they give him that like stern brow,
Yeah. And it made Pattinson, in my opinion, even work more with his eyes and his body language and his way he moves.
That cowl is very intimidating to me because it looks like a skull.
Yeah.
Like I see that when he's coming out of the tunnel at the subway station at the thugs, and the cowl pops out, and you're kind of like, oh wow, it's different. And again, that suit's cool because it catches my eye, because it's unlike anything we've really ever seen. Like if you want to compare it to the Nolan stuff, that's one thing, I guess, but this is still different from that.
All right. Honorable mentions. You got? How many you got?
I mean, I could pick randomly 3. Yeah, sure.
Give me 3.
The Batman and Robin main suit, the blue suit, I'm a big fan of that because I kind of dig the blue after so many black suits, and it's pretty similar to everything else. The JL main suit, I'm a big fan of that suit, and the Keaton Flash suit, obviously, because it seems like a combination of what would eventually, I guess his reality is Batman Forever. His Panther suit has a black belt, and then I kind of like the transition. It's similar enough.
Okay. My runners up, no particular order, would be the Batman Returns suit. I do like the Art Deco looking, very symmetrical.
Yeah.
It was more like, okay, it is armor. It's not fake muscles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I like also in my honorable mention would be the Adam West Batman 66 suit. You talk about most comic book accurate suit. That's the most comic book accurate suit.
You very well may be right, because even in like some Batman comics and even some cartoons, like the front of his cowl is sometimes a different color than the rest of it, whether it's a darker version of blue or black. Like even in the West cartoon, even the West TV show, they kind of nailed that. I don't know if
they went with the
only thing about West's ears are just so like far down. Yeah. They were just higher up on the cowl. I don't know.
It's I guess they didn't know how to, if you went the route of those 40 serials where they were like horns,
bunny ears. Yeah.
You did. Yeah. So you couldn't have the sculpted, they didn't do the sculpted stuff like we have today. So they went with that. They were going for that look where Batman always looked like he had like a blue cowl and then black in the front.
Yeah.
So that like the color is like it's a really dark blue, and then it is black in the front of that cowl with the the eyebrows painted on and the nose.
That's funny. Yeah, the eyebrows are white too. Yeah. No, it's a classic.
Hey, that was my first Batman. I wanted that suit when I was a kid. I wanted that suit so bad that I mean, my mom and grandmother both made different versions of it. It was close, looked more like the 40s, those 240 suits than it did Adam West. But man, when I was a kid, that
Did
that
you
was the
ever like? Did you ever come down the stairs in your grandmother's suit and your mother looks at you and goes, "Who's your tailor?"
no, that was way before that. So I did look. You know what a TV antenna is? Do you remember those days when
Yes, I do. I do.
you remember they had the pole? They had even went down to the ground. If you didn't have it stuck up on the roof,
Mhm.
it was like this long pole that went
Yeah.
up higher than the roof, and the antenna would be on there, right?
Yeah.
And
We used to have an antenna on our house. Yeah.
I got in one of those Batman suits, climbed up on the roof, and slid down that freaking pole.
Did you
pretending
change
it
outfits?
was the bat pole. No, that's what sucked. Is that I didn't
do outfit.
I didn't start with I didn't start with regular clothes and come down in that bat costume. And that's another thing I wanted. I mean, as a kid, them sliding down that bat pole and then they would come out and the suit would be on. I thought I was, always like, that's got to be
How's
the
that work?
greatest. That's the greatest damn thing ever in my life, I've ever seen. So
That's something. I mean, Lucius Fox. I would love to know how he did that.
yeah. And then finally, I'll finish up with my honorable mentions. It's the armored bat suit from BVS.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one too.
I'm just a fan of that from Dark Knight Returns, and this was I thought it. Don't like the movie, but I like that suit quite a bit.
It's a good looking suit. I always liked how we got the white eyes of that suit, and as well as in the trilogy suit. Like I thought it was cool. Like, you can never say we never got them. I know there's a contingent out there who wants the white eyes, but you've gotten them at some point. So
I am not
can't say
in
they
that
never did it.
contingent at all.
You're more of a
I get it.
sidekick guy.
I get it with that suit because it's almost a freaking helmet, and you would have to have some kind of lenses, The glowing part looks cool, but you couldn't see out of that damn thing in real life. But anyway, I maybe would have liked to see a bat logo on it, but whatever.
Yeah, that's the only gripe. But he's got a cool helmet. I don't know.
All right. Here's the time everyone's been waiting for. The worst live action bat suit in the history of Batman on film. I'll let you go first.
It's still the free suit. It's hideous. Even compared to Affleck's Flash suit, I think the free suit looks even worse because it just looks like they just put on a bunch of silver things. Like I don't even know what those things are.
That's pretty much they took the sonar suit from Forever.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what it is. It's the same
put the
suit.
silver stuff on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, though, I think in the novelization, the suit is made of the same material that is on the exterior of the Bat Hammer. So Freeze is not supposed to be able to freeze our heroes. So
yes.
That's basically,
yes. I do remember that.
But it wasn't explained in the movie.
It's kind of like it's like the modulators in the Begin suit wasn't explained. Yeah. All right. That
we also got 3 of them on the Heroes War one.
That used to be the one would be the worst one on my list. Not any longer, sir.
Not any longer.
It is the Ben Affleck suit in The Flash. It has to be the worst looking damn thing I've ever seen on screen for Batman.
I've at least come around on the free suit. Like I bought that Funko Pop. Like I wanted the Funko Pop.
I've got the Funko Pop. There it is. Yeah,
I have it. Like I collected it.
I've come around a little bit on it.
So
yeah,
I've definitely softened on that as I have that movie in general. But I will still gladly take the Affleck suit in The Flash over that one.
Oh my god, that suit is terrible.
But the Affleck suit is actually the suit above that free suit, so it's actually my second.
Okay.
Least like, so it's not.
Well, I would swap. It would probably be the
actually the 3 I dislike the most all actually are silver suits. It's the tactical suit from Justice League, all versions.
Okay.
The Affleck suit, which is silver and blue, and the free suit, which is silver and blue. So I don't like silver Batman.
I just I for one thing, I will go, okay, you want blue Batman? Here's what you're gonna get with blue Batman.
It's not the blue in the Batman that bothers me. It's the fact that they stuck the pants from the tactical suit and they gave him like this Swiss cheese chest plate that looks horrible.
Hey, I'm
it's
with
not
you.
the suit. It's not the blue. It's the suit itself. If the suit was
I'm
black,
with you.
it would still be hideous.
I'm with you on that. That's still that blue is. I don't know. No, thank you. Why would Batman wear blue? Why would he wear blue?
But I mean, I don't. I don't know, but it doesn't bother me. That's what I'm saying. If the movie, if Brave and Bold comes out and the movie stinks, it's not going to be because of Blue Batman, right? And that'll be one of the things we'll destroy amongst the rest of the horrible movie. But if it comes out and kicks ass, like no one's going to be complaining about Blue Batman either. You know, like I don't know. A Blue Batman doesn't make or break a movie, but it's definitely added to a list or two.
Takes me. It just. Look,
because we got a blue Batman and Batman and Robin, and like again, like I think the suit looks fine.
Well, yes, but it's not that, you know, Columbia royal blue that we saw in the comics, which Batman was always meant to be black. You know, that was a color limitation thing, highlight.
Because they did the same thing with the hair.
Yeah. Like Superman doesn't have blue hair, man. You know, he has black hair. It's the same thing, same exact thing. You told me,
comic book fans. We're calling comic book fans.
Yeah,
they know what we're talking about. Comic book fans.
But anyway, not to get into
that's hideous though. The honeycomb pattern.
Yeah,
not a fan.
And even when you see Affleck up close, the black cat on him looks way better. It just looked. I just didn't like it. I don't like. They
also did a thing with that. Affleck always looked like a very puffy Batman. I don't know if that's because of the way they try to do the suit. We mentioned earlier we were talking about the Affleck suit, how he put on muscle, then the suit was muscle. Maybe there was too much muscle.
I mean, it was like
I don't know.
Yeah, he was
especially in BVS. He looked very puffy.
He was he did look like Michelin Man. He was jacked up, like I said, really good shape, and then they put the muscle underneath, or on top of him, and then underneath the latex, which is supposed to be some sort of cloth material, and built in the striations like it was just a thin piece of, like it's supposed to be like freaking spandex, but he's just so big that you can even see the muscle striations.
He was huge. Oh man, it's funny because you look at Val Kilmer in Batman Forever, and he's not jacked. Right, like he's in that one scene. He's all bandaged and wound up. He's got the top part of the collar.
Even Cavill in BBS is
Cavill.
Too puffy.
Man of Steel, he was huge too.
Because
these guys in superhero movies started getting jacked. Like I'd say probably after because at one point they made fun of Bale in Begins because he was Fat Man, not Batman, but like he wasn't like muscular. So I don't know. Like sometime after the trilogy, these guys
Begins.
Really
he looked pretty. He got in pretty good shape for Begins.
He did. And he had to. He came into. I think he came in overweight.
Oh, he was a little bigger than what he was supposed to be for the suit.
Yeah,
and
so I think and there's certain shots you could tell in the movie like he's a little bit more puffy himself.
He's he had been like 110 pounds right before that.
Bale can lose weight like the best of them though. Like if there's anybody. If you ever want to lose weight, you should do whatever Bale does because he drops like 100 pounds in like a month. He's insane. Oh my god!
For the Machinist, he said he ate an apple a day and drank coffee. That was it.
Damn, that can't be good for him. Wow. I mean,
no, he said he's not doing that shit no more.
I don't think. But it's crazy that he has the mentality that he can pull it off.
Yeah,
really.
And then he gained all that. He's gained weight. American Hustle and for Cheney for
that's
what
right.
was that? Veep? No, that wasn't Veep. What was?
No, that was. I think it was just called. But I know what you're talking about. Veep was Julia.
That's a TV show. Right? Yeah,
it's a comedy.
What was that damn movie?
It was about the vice president. It was by Dick Cheney.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it's called, but
you're close enough. Him. Yeah, he gained all that weight for it. So
Post a picture of Dick Cheney on Twitter. See what people do.
Of Dick Cheney.
Yeah, just see what they do.
Random. Just one of
Yeah,
those
just
random,
post a picture
yeah.
of Dick Cheney. See what
Yeah.
Dick Cheney replaces Batman on Film reports Dick Cheney replacing Colin Farrell in the Penguin.
That's it. Dick
Okay,
Cheney's
yeah.
the penguin. He's the new penguin. He's Oswald Cobblepot. That's hilarious. You know what? You ain't far off from the truth, brother.
I had somebody
with
talk to me
kind
about
of
that,
shit.
and I said, he's got his own website. Why would he drive traffic to somebody else's website instead of his own? I was like, he's got a website. Why would he
Yeah.
post it on Twitter to make you go to somebody else's website for their clicks? Wouldn't he want your clicks? You accuse him of wanting your clicks, and then you're telling me he's posting news on somebody else's website. If he was going to break
can't-
it,
look.
wouldn't he post it on his own website for your
I
clicks and
can't-
your money? Right? Isn't that how this is supposed to work?
I can't help it if people are there's dumb people on the internet. I'm sorry.
Scooper.
And if you
Baskin Robbins.
if you
over here.
infer something based on nonsense, that's on you. That's not on who tweets it out. You're going to get me on a tangent of all kind of that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Dick Cheney is Mr. Freeze and Matt Reeves the Batman too. Source Batman on Film.
Sometimes I will look. This is for whoever. Sometimes that's just for my own entertainment purposes. Sometimes it's social experiment. Sometimes I'm hitting at something. You never know. You never know, Clayface. You never know.
You never know. That was out there for a while.
Yeah. Maybe or maybe it's someone I'd like to see do something. Maybe I'm a big Office fan. You never know. So, all right. Anything else to add to this list? Dick Cheney.
We covered it all today.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Oh my
man.
gosh. Anyway,
You know what else?
all right.
You know what the people want?
What's that?
They want Jake Ramey. We got to get Jake Ramey on a podcast. People are telling me
It would be dead air. That's all it would be.
The internet wants to know Jake's takes on Batman.
It would be, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That'd be about it.
Does he listen to podcasts? Does he listen to stuff?
No.
No. He's supportive. Good son.
He listens to sports radio.
I can relate.
Which I do.
I wonder what the sports radio is like down there in Texas.
It's not like it is in New York.
I can't imagine. I mean, nobody roots for the same team.
You know,
the city roots for the other team.
I would say I like you. Oh, you know what? You should. I listen to 105.3 The Fan here in Dallas. You should just stream it. Stream the morning show one day and just to listen and tell me. You can tell me the difference.
I'll see if it's on the Odyssey app because I believe there's a sister station in Texas. So yeah,
they're on Odyssey.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What was it? 104.3?
105.3 The Fan.
105.3.
Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah.
Okay.
And what I would say is like you're being really hard on what this player or coach or whatever is probably nothing. Even they say it themselves. Even the media people up here say that this is not a hard media, that
No.
like players are in New York or Boston or somewhere, and they come to a much friendlier, if you will, market.
That explains Andrew Heaney.
So anyway.
Andrew Heaney.
All right. Anything else about these suits? Any last words?
To be honest, there's not many bad suits. There's probably only 3 bad suits that we've ever really gotten, in my opinion. For the most part, we've been pretty lucky as Bat fans because
like I said,
some suits are horrible.
I can nitpick, but overall, I like. Someone will say, this suit, that suit, and I'll be honest, I've liked most of them.
Yeah.
There's some I like, to rank them, we ranked them. I had a pick, but I'd be interested to see what the next suit in the Batman Part 2 looks like.
I'm curious to see what kind of upgrades he gets, or maybe he doesn't upgrade it at all. I don't know.
I hope it's still him doing it. You know, we've been down the Lucius Fox / Q route with the Dark Knight trilogy, and it worked great, and I loved it. But I really like, if you do it again, then you're just, you're treading on what's come, something we've
and I
already
like
seen.
the parts in the movies where he's tinkering in the suit, and you get a little bit of BVS. Nolan did a few scenes in Begins. Zack Snyder's Justice League even had a couple scenes of him tinkering with the suit. Like, I like that stuff. I like watching him figure things out and work on his craft and stuff. So that those scenes are cool if they can kind of find a way. And like, even though it's not a part of the suit, like when Batman takes his contact lens out, like, to me, that's even a part of the suit, right? That's part of the gear. He put that on because that's,
what they call contact lenses. So he had lenses.
Well, there he goes. He's got his lenses.
Yeah, got lenses. So I'd like to see, like, he just adds to it somehow, but he does it himself, Bruce Wayne, and nothing drastically different.
I mean, there's a lot of things I'm excited for about that movie.
And then, of course, we get the Brave and the Bold suit coming up, the Blue Batman, and
we'll see. I don't know.
Zap Wham and Outer Space.
If it is Andy Muschietti and he is directing that, I hope to God someone tells him he has horrible taste in Batsuits.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right. Well, I should just record your plug and then just have it as a clip, and I put it on, because
I can record it after the show.
You got that down to a T. No, go ahead. I like when you do it.
Yeah, okay. You can follow me on social media: Twitter, Instagram, Verra, which everyone knows Zack Snyder loves, Mastodon, MySpace, LiveJournal, all that jazz. You can follow me at Pete Illustrated. You can follow my news-based podcast that I co-host with.
You're not on MySpace no more. You still have
no.
I
deleted MySpace after college. Yeah.
Does it exist?
It still does. I believe musicians use it.
Okay, whatever.
So Chris Roach is probably all over MySpace. You can follow my news-based podcast, Straight Outta Gotham. I do that with Eric Holzman. That's at @straight_O_G. There's a Facebook group and a Facebook fan page. Check out my Spider-Man themed podcast, the Italian Spider-Man Coalition. That's at Italians for Spidey. There's a brand new episode up. Ryan Lauer's on there, so you all will enjoy that. I'm all over BatmanOnFilm.com and Batman on Film YouTube. I've got articles and reviews and all that kind of stuff there. And you can check out my latest review on Dark Knight's Detective, Night Terrors Detective Comics. It's a Jim Gordon story that
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not reading any of that Night Terrors shit. So,
actually, the main Night Terrors book was fun. If you if you like Dead Man, you will like this.
Okay.
I would read the main Night Terrors ones. It's Dead Man and Batman. I think you get a kick out of it. Like I told Lauer, like I channeled my inner Neil Adams, and I really enjoyed that story.
Just not these big crossovers and all that.
It's to be honest with you, it's relatively small because it's only been 2 months.
Yeah.
Compared to what they've done in the past, which has been like half a year epic.
Yeah.
I give him a lot of credit for jamming it all in for 2 months. So yeah, give it a shot.
All right,
you might like it.
Just for me, go to Batman on Film, Batman-on-film.com. The only 2 things I'll plug specifically, we got 2 other podcasts came out this week as well. One was a satellite show where I had Jim Vevoda from IGN. I called him Jim Vejvoda.
Vejvoda?
For years, yeah. Vejoda. And I would really say in Texas that it would be an H sound, it would be Vevoda, but I was close. I just had the punctuation differently. But it's Jim Stack. To me, he still Stacks. He's an OG. You go back that far with Jim when he was Stacks?
I do not know.
Yeah, Stacks Flicksburg.
All right.
And ended up at IGN. Big wig at IGN. We talked about the Reinventing Elvis, the 68 comeback special documentary on Paramount Plus, which is awesome. And Javi was on that as well, TCB. You know?
There you go.
And I did a comicology. I did a Batmanimation also this week, discussing what was it? What did we do on this last Batmanimation? I know you listened to it, Pete.
Actually, I have no idea. I've been trying to book my own podcast.
Oh,
I'm trying to
yeah, I know
wrangle
we
these
did. I know what
roundtables
it-
up.
Yeah, it was the episode Meltdown from Batman Beyond.
Oh, that's you did Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze, yes. And then we got off on the tangent of how Mr.
Hint, hint,
Freeze
wink, wink.
could Mr. Freeze work in the Batman universe, and how would you adapt him?
Somebody should run with this.
So
This is not a
You
Mr.
know?
Freeze. It's a scoop.
so Mr. Freeze, Clayface, 220, 221, whatever it takes. So
There you
with
go.
that, we're out of here. Announcer Rachel will finish up. We will catch you next time.
You have been listening to the BOF Social Hour, Jett's official podcast on Batman on Film. Follow BOF on Threads at The Batman on Film. Follow BOF on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Batman on Film. To help keep BOF up and running, go to patreon.com/Batman on Film, or you can buy BOF a beer at buymeacoffee.com/TheRealBatman on Film. For Jett and everyone at BOF, I'm announcer Rachel. Authoritative, definitive, the original, Batman on Film, founded in 1998.
Yeah, I wasn't too salty, I guess.